For thousands of years, this story was hidden from humanity. It speaks of powerful beings who came from the stars and changed everything. But the truth about them was erased from history. Why? Because if you knew what really happened, you would never see our world the same way again. This is the forbidden history of the Anunnaki, the Sumerians, the first known civilization on Earth, left behind thousands of clay tablets covered in strange symbols. Among them are detailed depictions of tall, powerful beings they called the Anunnaki, a name that means those who came from the heavens. According to these ancient records, the Anunnaki descended from the sky, bringing knowledge, laws, and technology far beyond anything humans had at the time. They were described as rulers, teachers, and in some cases, creators. To the Sumerians, they were gods, but the texts hint at something far more extraordinary and far less divine. These beings were said to come from a distant world, traveling across the stars to shape the fate of Earth, and if the tablets are to be believed, they were not alone. Over the centuries, the story of the Anunnaki began to fade not by accident, but by design. In the ruins of ancient Mesopotamia, archaeologists have uncovered shattered fragments of clay tablets, their surfaces scorched and their inscriptions barely legible. Entire libraries like the great archives of Nineveh were reduced to ash in mysterious fires. Temples once adorned with golden inscriptions now stand stripped bare, their walls carved clean as if the past itself had been erased. But why would someone destroy history? The surviving fragments tell us. These texts spoke of events that could shatter the foundations of religion, kingship, and power. They described how the first humans were not formed by divine magic, but through deliberate genetic design, how gods walked among mortals not as ethereal spirits, but as physical beings of flesh, blood, and immense knowledge. Some tablets contained maps of the stars, showing planets we could not even see with the naked eye, knowledge supposedly impossible for a Bronze Age civilization. Others spoke of machines, tools, and structures capable of feats our modern engineers still struggle to replicate. To the rulers of later empires, this was heresy, a direct threat to the order they had built. If people knew their ancestors were created, taught, and even ruled by beings from another world, the power of earthly kings and priests would crumble. And so, the knowledge was sealed away, buried beneath shifting sands, locked in vaults, whispered only in secret, until even the whispers began to die. According to the oldest surviving Sumerian tablets, the Anunnaki did not arrive on Earth as passive visitors. They came with a mission, one that would forever change the fate of this planet. The texts speak of a time when the Earth was rich in resources, particularly gold, a metal the Anunnaki needed, for purposes we still do not fully understand. Some say it was to repair the atmosphere of their distant homeworld. Others believe it was used in their advanced technology. But extracting this gold was dangerous, exhausting work, and the Anunnaki themselves grew weary of the endless labor. It was then that their leaders made a decision that would alter the course of human history. They would create a new being, a worker, one capable of enduring the hardships of Earth and loyal to their masters. In hidden chambers deep within their cities, the Anunnaki are said to have combined their own genetic essence with that of early hominids on Earth. The result was the first human. not a creature of pure chance, but a deliberate design crafted in their image, yet destined to serve. The tablets even describe the process in unsettling detail. The use of clay, a symbolic term many now interpret as the genetic material of early humans mixed with the breath or life essence of the gods. The result was Adapa, the prototype of modern humanity. But creation brought consequences. These new humans were intelligent, curious, and capable of more than the Anunnaki had planned, and in time they would no longer be content to serve. Long before the Great Flood, an extraordinary civilization thrived on Earth. Sumerian tablets suggest that the gods who came from the sky were not merely guides, but rival factions in constant conflict. Some accounts claim these battles were driven by the struggle for power and control over humanity. The wars among these gods unleashed cataclysmic events. The legendary Great Flood may not have been a natural disaster at all, but a direct consequence of their celestial conflict. Many believe that traces of this lost civilization still lie hidden beneath the oceans, buried under mountains, and concealed deep within the earth. Yet for centuries, these stories have been silenced, erased from human memory on purpose. Across the world, ancient sites stand as silent witnesses to a forgotten chapter of history. Massive stone structures, aligned with astronomical precision, rise from the deserts and jungles, built with techniques modern engineers still struggle to explain. From the pyramids of Egypt to the megaliths of South America, these monuments display knowledge of mathematics, engineering, and the cosmos far beyond what conventional history attributes to their builders. Some artifacts depict celestial maps thousands of years ahead of their time, hinting at advanced astronomical understanding. Mainstream science often avoids these anomalies, labeling them as coincidence or myth. But the evidence remains etched in stone, carved into mountains, and scattered across the earth, waiting for those willing to look beyond the accepted story. If the truth of our origins were known, it could change everything we believe about history, religion, and humanity's place in the universe. Those in power, both ancient and modern, understood that knowledge is the ultimate form of control. By shaping the story of the past, they could control the future. Records were destroyed, artifacts vanished into private vaults, and alternative accounts were dismissed as myth. The idea that humanity may have been created or influenced by beings from beyond this world threatens the very foundations of authority. And so the truth was buried, replaced with a version of history that kept humanity obedient, unquestioning, and unaware of what really happened. Ancient texts speak of a time when the gods from the stars will return to earth. These prophecies hint at a future awakening, an era when hidden knowledge will resurface and humanity will face a new chapter in its evolution. Modern UFO sightings and unexplained phenomena have fueled speculation that these beings may already be observing us, preparing for their return. Whether these accounts are warnings or promises, they keep the mystery alive, challenging us to question what we think we know and to stay vigilant for the day when the sky once again opens. This story is far from over. For centuries, the truth about the Anunnaki has been hidden and denied. Yet, signs remain in ancient ruins, mysterious technologies, and ancient prophecies. Are you ready to uncover the secrets they don't want you to know? The forbidden history of the Anunnaki is still unfolding, and the next chapter could change everything. If you want to dive deeper into these mysteries, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell. Join us on this journey to uncover the hidden truths